and welcome back to Mystic Monet. Today I'm going to do a pick a card reading for what you need to hear right now. We have cards 1 through 5, and you can let your intuition guide you to pick a card, or you can do what I do. Sometimes I use a random number generator to help me pick a number, or I text a random person and have them pick a number for me. Whichever fits, or you can pause the video right now and focus and figure out which card speaks to you. We're gonna get started. Okay, so if you picked pile 1, the 3 cards that I picked for you for what you need to hear right now, we have the Judgment card, we have the Death reverse, and we have the Empress reverse. This is very interesting because these are all major arcana cards, so I really do think this is something that the cards want you to listen to and something that you really need to hear. So what I'm getting from this is you really need to start taking a moment to just breathe and reflect on the things that you have done so far in your life. I think that you possibly have been too hard on yourself and about things that just cannot be changed. I think that some of you have, this could be people that are in a relationship, but I think some of you, either in a relationship or a work situation, have been very dependent on that so much to where it hasn't given you anything in return. You know, you're putting in all this hard work. It's almost like you have a garden. You're planting all these seeds, and then months later, you're consistently checking this garden, and nothing's happening. Nothing's been grown. Nothing has been brought to life. And at some point, you have to say, okay, there's something that I'm not doing right. There's something that I'm not doing right at all. You know, maybe I'm not watering right. Maybe I'm not giving the seeds the right amount of sunlight. Maybe I'm not getting rid of these weeds. Something is happening to where this garden that you're working on is not producing the plants or whatever you're growing. I'm just using this as a metaphor, of course. So for a relationship, you can be in a relationship where you're putting all this energy and all of this attention and time into this one person, and they're honestly just not reciprocating that back to you. And I feel like it's time for you to just really start to reflect on that and stop having this sort of dependence and attachment to someone who's not even giving you anything in return. And this can also go for work life too. So if you're at a job where you're busting your ass off and you're working your ass off and you're doing all of these things and no one's paying attention to you, no one's actually giving you any rewards for your hard work. It's almost as if you're non-existent. It's almost as if your hard work is not worthy of praise or attention by your boss or anything. So I think that maybe it's time for you to reflect on what you have been doing so far, what you have been giving that unnecessary energy to, and start to refocus and re-put that into something that's actually going to give you what you deserve, that's actually going to bear you fruits from your garden. You know, after a while, we can keep working on this garden, but if it's not giving us the fruits of our labor, if we're not getting what we return, eventually we're going to have this moment of, okay, sis, like, I need to get it together. Oh, okay, if you're a guy, like, I need to get this together, because after a certain point as humans, eventually you're going to get tired of doing something and not getting the return that you need. I think that for some people, you do know this. You know, this is why it's something you need to hear right now. You do know that this is not giving you fruits. And I feel like a lot of you are hoping, you really, if it's a relationship or if it's work life or whatever the situation may be, you're hoping and wishing and praying and just hoping that eventually, like, yes, eventually I'm going to see a fruit. And I think sometimes there might be like a little glimpse of something. Maybe they're like a glimpse of like the seed starting to sprout. You might see a glimpse of it, but you know, then it retreats. So that person that you're with, they might do something really nice for you, or actually compliment you, or do one little nice thing to where you're like, okay, yes, I'm headed on that path. I'm going to see my fruits, but I'm here to tell you now, if you chose pile 1, you're never going to see those fruits. You're never going to get really the praise that you truly deserve and the truth that you truly need in your life right now. So in order for you to get what you deserve, you have to remove yourself from that situation. You have to start reevaluating the decisions that you have made so far and start making better decisions so you can get the fruits of your labor, so you can get that praise, acknowledgement, and that love that you really want and you yearn for. Because whoever you're with, or whatever work life or whatever situation you're in right now, you're not going to get that. Not right now. You need to start putting that energy elsewhere. And I feel like you know that. And I feel like there is some fear among some people, like this like resistance, like because we get comfortable. It's so easy to get comfortable. Even in the most toxic situations, we can really get comfortable in something that is really bad for us, but it feels right. Sometimes you can be in a bad situation for so long, or you're so used to uncomfortability and you're so used to toxic situations that when you are in a positive environment or when you are in something that's not toxic, it feels weird. It feels strange. It doesn't feel normal, and we like resist against that. So I think there could have been opportunities where you could have got a better job or a better partner or a better situation for yourself, and you kind of resisted it because for that moment it felt too right. It felt too good to where it felt weird for you. So just try your hardest to like battle that fear, combat that fear, and do not resist that change, and really push yourself forward to get yourself out of that situation so you're not consistently doing all of this hard work to get nothing. Okay. Thank you, Pile 1, for listening. I really hope that resonated with you. I kind of got very passionate. I got really passionate. I just really felt like this push of energy. So I really hope that resonated with you. Please like or subscribe for more content, or leave comments if it did resonate with you, or whatever you're feeling. I'm such an open book and I'm ready for that. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, pile number 2. The cards that I have for you, we have Justice reverse, we have 7 of Cups, and we have 7 of Pentacles reverse, and we have one major card here. So what I'm getting a lot of, and this is what you need to hear, so don't take this personally, but a lot of you are really being a victim and having that victim mindset when you're really not the victim. I think a lot of you feel like, oh, this is so unfair. Bad things only happen to me. Everything just happens to me. And it doesn't happen to anyone else. Everyone's just out to get me. Everyone's just trying to stop my bag. Everyone's just trying to prevent me from getting where I need to be. And what you need to hear right now that, I think it's time for you to start taking some more accountability. Just more accountability for the things that you do in your life and the decisions that you make for yourself. I think, at times, people do things that are wrong and stuff is unfair, but at times you have to really reflect and say, okay, well, I did this and I was wrong for this and I probably should have not done that. And I think for this group, whoever picked pile number 2, maybe some of y'all, maybe all of y'all, I'm not sure, but whoever picked pile number 2, I think that a lot of the times you're not really taking that accountability to really help push yourself forward. Sometimes you have to take accountability for yourself, because if you're not taking accountability and you're not checking yourself and you always think that you're the victim and you always think that everyone else is doing wrong, you're never able to improve. You're never able to grow as a person. That's how you grow as a person, by reflecting and saying, okay, I should not do that. And the next time you won't make those negative decisions. So I think a lot of you are really just playing the victim card and you feel like life is treating you unfairly or some unfair things have happened to you, but not really taking accountability for that. I think some people who pick pile number 2, the things that they want in life or whatever the goals that you're having or something that you really want, it could be a relationship or whatever, in your heart of hearts that you're just wanting right now. What I'm getting from this is that it's not going to be, the grass is not going to be greener on the other side. It's not as great as you think it's going to be. So if there's a person like, oh man, I just really want to be with this person, that person's not going to be great for you. It's not going to be as good as you think. It's just an illusion. It looks great. It looks like a shiny trophy, and then you get it, and it's not even made out of real gold. It's not even worth anything, really. And then you're stuck right back where you need to be, reflecting on decisions that you should have made and reflecting on yourself, working on yourself again. So I think that a lot of you are hoping and wishing for something that if you do get it, and you might actually get this thing, you probably still won't be happy, because the happiness that you're trying to achieve and the happiness you're trying to attain isn't really going to come from what you want. It's going to have to come from within first, which kind of goes back to that accountability thing. I also think it's a handful of you who, and it kind of goes back to that victim mentality too, but a handful of you probably are trying, I think, like, I kind of get like this people pleasing type of thing. I don't know. this might really resonate with Libra, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Those are the like signs I'm getting from this. But if you're not the sign, it can still resonate with you. But I think a lot of people getting like a people-pleasing energy from this, to where someone says something, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And you might not even want to do it. You might not want to do it, but you're like, you know what? This is my friend. I'm going to do this for her. And I just want to be the best person I can be. I want to be the best family member, the best mother, the best girlfriend, the best this, the best that. And it's like, you're not even really allowing yourself to be a human. You're not even really allowing yourself to make mistakes or to make a decision for yourself. Maybe you don't want to do that thing. And if they're really your friend, and they're really your boyfriend, and if whatever the situation may be, they're going to still be there. I think a lot of you think that if I'm not this perfect person, or if I'm not really doing all of this work for every single person in my life and being that person for every single person, then these people aren't going to be around in my life anymore. It's almost like a kind of like insecurity thing. It's how you feed your ego in a way, by always being that person. But what you realize, you're always being that person for all these people. But when are you going to be that person for yourself? You know, when are you going to choose yourself? And then when they are choosing themselves and they are making decisions for themselves, and they are not thinking about you and they're thinking about them in the moment and making mistakes, because that's what humans do, make mistakes, then we're going right back to that victim mentality, like, oh, this is so unfair. People are always doing me wrong, and I never do anybody wrong, and I never would do that to her. And I just feel like you have to take accountability. Okay, yes, but at the end of the day, that doesn't make them a bad person. Just like it doesn't make you a bad person. You just have to learn how to be more nicer to yourself, learn how to be more kinder to yourself, and also learn how to take accountability. Please learn how to take accountability, because I feel like that's just really lacking from this pile. So people will disappoint you, and that's okay. I just think that this pile needs to learn that it's okay for them to disappoint people, because you will constantly and consistently do all these things for these people and put all this energy, and then you get mad when they're human, when they don't put that same energy into you. And you have to learn how to just learn how to make more decisions for yourself instead of other people. Okay, that's it for pile number 2. I really hope that resonated with you. If you resonated with this, please subscribe to the channel for more content. Comment how you felt if you did resonate with it. If it didn't really resonate with you, I'm fine. I can take any comment. I'm so open for discussions. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, pile number 3. The cards that I have for you, I have 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups. And as I was pulling these cards out, and this was before I even looked at the cards, the song, "Woo Child, Things Are Gonna Get Easier." I'm like, why is this song in my head? And then once I looked at the cards, I was like, "Woo Child, Things Are Gonna Get Easier." Woo! I really hope this is kind of like a very sad, but for some reason I have like this joyful energy, so it's not just a terrible card. So if you picked pile number 3, I think that we got some people that is getting rejected out here, honey. You might be going through a breakup, or you really just going through it. I'm kind of getting relationship feels from this. Either maybe you're like fresh out of a breakup, you're about to break up, like maybe your relationship isn't doing the best right now, or it could be a job, you know, anything that to where you're feeling rejected. This really can go through just feelings of rejection, even from a family member, anything like that. So if that resonates, we just go from there, so we don't focus too much on like relationships. But what I'm getting from this is, I think that you know, of course, if you're getting rejected, you're going to have some disappointments, and you're going to feel set back and things like that. But what I'm getting from this energy, I think that it's time to focus on you, to really focus on you. That's basically what it's saying. And it might seem disappointing, and it might seem like a setback. And it sucks being rejected by someone that you love or care about. It could be someone you love. It could be a job. Whatever you're feeling rejected from, take that and really start to look to start to have an alternative perspective than you had before. Are you looking at the glass half empty, or are you looking at it half full? I think a lot of people are now, because of this rejection, are looking at the glass half empty. You know, they're looking at things more in a pessimistic perspective instead of looking at it optimistically. It's really hard to see stuff when you're going down and things aren't going the way that you planned. But what I'm getting from pile 3, what you really need to hear is that it is going according to plan. Even though it doesn't seem that way, this is exactly how it's supposed to be playing. You were supposed to get rejected. You were supposed to be down. There's so many stories and so many cases where people that we look up to, the people that have made it in life, there was literally a major rejection before they even got to where they needed to get to. So it might not seem like it right now, but this is going to get you where you need to get to. You need to really start to focus on that 5 of Swords energy. So you really need to start being about you. Me. Be selfish. No, I don't want to go there. No, I want to hang out with you. I want to do this. Why you don't want to do that? Because I don't want to do it. Me. If you're a Leo, this will probably be no problem for you. But I don't really get fire sign from this. I feel like people who picked up this is definitely air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, possibly water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But I think it's time for you to just really focus on you and really just be about yourself. Be that ego person for a moment. Stop worrying about whatever rejected you and really looking at things from an alternative perspective. And it's okay to be disappointed, and it's okay to wallow in that pain or have that moment of sadness. You know, it's okay to just really feel that, you know. I feel like a lot of people, so that's for one group of people that need to take that energy and use it to be more ego driven and focus on themselves and look at it in an alternative perspective. But I think a lot of people are not allowing themselves to be sad. I just picked up on that for some reason. Like, I think some people, they're like, oh, I got rejected, and then they're like literally pushing that all the way down. They're not even taking a moment to just really reflect that they got rejected, or they might be heartbroken. They're not even really just crying about it. They're literally taking the energy and they're just like, I'm gonna go to work, or I'm gonna do this, and like they're focusing on so many things that they haven't even really took a moment to really just breathe, child, you know. And so it can go both ways. I think one group is dwelling too much in the pain to where it's like they need to really pull themselves out of it and start focusing on themselves. And then I think there's another group that completely is trying to pretend that they're not in pain. And here's the thing about pain, and here's the thing about hurt. You can try to push it down and you can try to mask it as much as you want, but it's going to manifest in different ways every single time. It's going to come out of you. So you might not be crying like the next person. You might not be sitting here wallowing in misery, but you might be doing it other ways, such as drugs, alcohol, talking to a whole bunch of different people, even though you know you're not ready to date, or being mean to your mom for no reason, or being mean to your friends and family. Just, these are all examples, of course, but just like, it's manifesting in different ways because you're hurt, you're sad, you're upset, and you don't want to be. You don't want to feel those emotions. You're fighting those emotions, and I think what you need to hear right now, that it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be sad. Just don't be sad for so long, but it's okay. You need to still feel those necessary feelings. So I think for one group of big pile number 3, you need to get out of those feelings. You're in them too much, and to the point where you're not even focusing on yourself anymore. And then there's another group, you're super focused on yourself, which is great, but you haven't even given yourself some time to really reflect on what happened and like feel the way that you feel. I think that this heartbreak and this rejection is literally going to be the stepping stone for you, for both groups. Whoever picked pile number 3, whatever rejection that you're feeling, it's really going to step you into what you need to be. But just really try to have a different perspective on it. Look at it for what it is, the goods, the bads, and what it made of you. So if there's a family person who rejected you, For example, there's a mom. She rejected you. She's being mean to you. She never was a mother to you. Think about where you are in life. 9 out of 10, you're probably really successful. You're on the way to being successful. Or you're on the way, the type of person you are, you wouldn't have been that person possibly if she was around, if she was being toxic as a child. This is just an example, just like how a rejection might not be as bad as you think it is. It's shaping you into the person that you're becoming. It's making you into the strong woman or man that you're trying to be. And of course, when you're in that rejection and when you're in that sadness and when you're hurt, you can't see that. But point number 3, what you need to hear is that it's going to be okay. I actually felt like this really joyful spirit. I was laughing before it. I had to literally calm myself from not laughing during the reading because that's inappropriate. But I honestly feel like everything's going to be okay. Woo child, things are going to get easier. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I really hope this resonated with you if you pick pile number 3. If you like this, please like or subscribe, leave a comment. I'm really free to open discussions and I'm willing to talk about anything or whatever you're going through. I'm such an open book. I'm an air sign. So yeah, thank you for watching. Okay, pile number 4. The 3 cards that I have for you, I have the Hermit, I have the Emperor reverse, and I have the 4 Swords reverse. So, what I'm getting from this, what you need to hear is that there is someone in your life that is not necessarily controlling, but just, they're a really powerful force in your life. And I feel like, well, shit, goddamn it, they probably are controlling. Let me not sugarcoat it because this is what you need to hear. Somebody in your life that's really controlling, really powerful over the decisions that you make. I think this is, maybe it could be your dad. It could be the man or woman that you're in a relationship with. Or it could be your boss at work. But whoever this person is, they are really like a strong force in your life. And I feel that there was this dependency on them and this leniency on them in a way that a lot of the choices that you made, you would think about how it would affect them versus how it would affect yourself. You know, it's like, oh, well, what would James think? Or what would Diane think if I did this thing? Kind of like that type of thing. Like they really are like so much of a powerful force to where even when they're not around you, you're thinking about how it affect them or how they would feel about it. So kind of in that sense. I think what you need to hear is that this person, whoever it may be, however this resonates, they are exhausting. They are burning you out. They are depleting you of your life force. They are draining the fuck out of you. Like you have nothing. They're just chipping away. Chipping away. And to the point where, who are you? What do I like to do? Who am I? I feel like they're just taking and taking and taking, just just keep getting this taking energy. And God damn it, they ain't giving a motherfucking thing. They're not giving shit. Like they're consistently taking, and they might give you a drop of something, and that's it. They're gonna wash their hands of it. So I think that what you need to hear right now is that they really are just sucking everything out of you. They're exhausting you. And because of this, your mental state is starting to suffer. Who you are inside is starting to suffer. And I think that you really need to let this person go. Mentally and physically. For some of these people, if this is for people that's in a relationship, you might not even be with this person anymore. And they're still in your mind. So I think that's what the pile is trying to tell you. If you're not even in this relationship anymore, if you're single, you've been broke up with your ex, this person is too much in your mind. You really need to let it go. You really need to forgive that situation and let it go. Because there's still more of a force in life than you think. And if you are in a relationship or you know exactly who this person is, a father figure, a family, or whatever applies for you, let's say it's a family member, you don't want to necessarily let it go. I think that you need to start creating boundaries. start putting restrictions on certain things. Look, you want to be a part of my life, this, and this, it's not going to happen. It ain't going to go down like that. So if you want to be a part of my life, you can't be doing this, and that. And if you want to do this, and that, then, hey, there's the door. Goodbye. That's the type of energy that I think that you need to start being on. Also with the Hermit card here, of course, as I said, if you're in a relationship, you need to let this person go. It is time for you to be alone, child. You have spent too much energy into this relationship that is going nowhere. You know it's not going anywhere. Shit, even he knows really not going anywhere, but he's so controlling, or he or she is so controlling, you know, they're not going to let you go. But I think that you're waiting for them to just throw in the towel and let things go. And you have to make the decision for yourself. It'll be better for you. And if it's not a relationship, if it's work related or whatever, you need to quit that job. I mean, of course, make sure you get a job first before you quit. Of course, that's always the plan. But whatever it is, you need to really let that go. It's very toxic for you. I think it's just sucking the life out of you. It is time for you to start to really do some reflection, some soul searching, and really just get on your journey for you. I think a lot of people, whether this person or whatever the situation may be, have started to lose people that are actually good for them in their lives, such as friends or family members. I think this person is such a, and I think it's only resonate with a couple of y'all, maybe a lot, I'm not sure, but this person is such a powerful force that they have affected your friendships or even your family relationships or people that were actually really good for you. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be people or things that were good for you have slowly dwindled down to nothing, to where all you have is that person in a sense. So, for example, maybe you were going to school and you were studying to do this, and that, and you meet this person, blah, 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 or this situation comes up and whatever it may be, and now you're not going to school anymore. You just blink and It's almost like you blink and then, damn, I'm not even in school anymore. What happened? Like, why did I drop out again? Oh, wait, Dwayne, or whoever that person is. So I just feel like you have gotten to a point where you have completely isolated yourself from all the things that you truly like, all the things that actually make you happy, because you're putting so much energy on this person, such a powerful force, to where you have forgotten what makes you happy in a way. So I think what you need to hear is that you need to start figuring out what makes you happy, despite what he or she, whoever this person is, thinks. I don't care if they don't like it. I don't care if they have a problem with it. If you love it and if it's something that you like to do, then you need to start doing those things, and you need to stop isolating yourself from positive situations or positive people that are actually there for you for this person, because this person's not there for you. They only like the control. They only like the power that you give them, because the minute you stop giving the power, bing, they're going to be out the door. They're going to be at the door, because those type of people, whatever situation that may be, it's only like that because they like the power it gives them. It's not you that they like. They love the power. They love the control. They love the fact that every time you make a decision, you're thinking about them. So I think you really need to start thinking about yourself. Stop isolating yourself from those positive things so you can start entering into your life. I think you have been ignoring the things that your body needs for a really long time, or for way too long that it should have been. I think that you consistently keep yourself busy doing minuscule tasks or minuscule things that really don't matter, in order to not really think about how you have let yourself go or how you have not chosen yourself. I think deep down inside, you have stopped choosing for yourself, and you've found other things to just mask or cover that. I'm getting possibly people that are mothers, maybe expectant mothers, I'm not sure, but possibly women that are mothers, oh, well, it's my kids. It's not him, it's the kids. And I'm telling you, it's not the kids. The kids are only such a small part of what the real big problem is. And the real big problem is this guy. I just have to say that because that came to my spirit. But if you're not a mother, it could be a situation that you're using to mask the fact that this person or other situation is really crappy, and they're the reason that your life is going the way that it's going, And I feel like for some reason you don't want to put that responsibility on them, because that's how much of a powerful force that they have in your life that you don't want to give them that. You want to think, oh, it's the kids, or it's this, or it's that. That's what's going wrong. And it's like, no, it's really none of that. It's them. So what you need to hear is to snip, snip, cut them off. And yeah, that's all I have for pile number 4. I really hope this resonated with you. If it did resonate, please like or subscribe. If you enjoyed it, you can comment. I'm such an open book. I love having a discussion. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, pile number 5. Last but certainly not least, sweetie. Okay, so we have the 3 of Cups reverse. We have the Sun, and we have Princess of Cups reverse for you, child. So what I'm getting, what you need to hear, and don't take this personally, this is just what the card's saying. I think that you are too self-centered, and I think that you have been very ego-driven, and I think that you are probably like, girl, I done chose the wrong pile. No, you didn't chose the right pile. This is for you. This is the message for you. I think that there is some self-centered energy right now. I think that you are a positive person and you are a great person. I do think that a lot of people flock to you, or a lot of people will do things for you. I feel like there could be someone around you that is like a ride or die for you. Like, they're willing to do these things for you. They're really willing to do, anything for the friendship or for the relationship or for the work-related matters, whatever. People tend to do things to please you. You give off that kind of energy. But I think that you have been taking a lot from a lot of people, but you have not really been giving that in return. And I think that the moment that someone stands up to you, or the moment that someone doesn't want to go along with what you've come up with, or doesn't want to go along with your ideas or what you think is right, there's this kind of like immaturity. Like, the way that you handle it is not the appropriate way to handle it, especially seeing as this person or situation has always been there for you and everything. But I feel like anytime someone goes against something that you like or something that you prefer, then there's this energy of, what's wrong with you? Like, you're very immature about it, instead of saying, okay, well, I respect that. We can agree to disagree. It's more of this energy like, well, why would you think that? I just don't understand. You're like kind of like this very like childish way of handling it, and it's just very immature. I think that you're the type of person that if you get into it with someone one time, you will like cut them off and never talk to them again, or you will block them for a couple of days, like kind of like this emotional manipulative energy, like, oh, well, I'm going to stop talking to them for like a week just to prove them wrong, or I'm going to block them from this. Or it's like you have to teach someone a lesson, and sometimes it's not even a lesson that they even deserve. It's all because they didn't go with what you wanted them to go with. It's all because they didn't fit in the world the way that you needed them to fit. It's like everyone in your life has kind of like this role that they have to play, and the minute that someone is not playing that role, and the minute that someone's not doing what they are technically quote unquote supposed to do, then you're treating them like they're the toxic person. Oh, you're so toxic, I don't need you, get out of my life. And I think that what you need to hear is that they're probably not the toxic person in this scenario. Maybe you're the toxic person because you expect people to be things that they don't have to really necessarily be. I think that you have to learn how to be more accepting of the flaws of the people around you. I think that you have been very unaccepting of that, and it has caused you to have a lot of ruined relationships, or situations that could have went one way went another way. Maybe in a sense your expectations are way out of the realm of what reality is. It's like you're all the way up here, and it's like we're down here. We're on Earth, babe. You're in space. You're touching the moon. We need you to just bring it down. Just bring it down. Some of you, just because I'm getting mixed messages since I'm reading for the collective. So that was for one group. Another group, I feel like since we have the Three of Cups reversed, of course, it's kind of like stepping out, an affair, stuff like that. But also, I'm getting that for the people that are in relationships, I think a lot of you are with someone who is basically like that cheats, and probably cheats a lot. And I feel like you know about it and you just don't care, and you kind of like back to that immaturity, like, well, I'm his girlfriend, so it doesn't matter. Like, these are all his like side chicks and stuff like that. And I think that stop doing that. Like, that person is trash. Like, just dump them. That was just a really quick message that I was getting from the pile. I think someone's gonna listen to that. Yeah, if you're messing with a woman or a man that's like an avid cheater, or not necessarily even a cheater, just an avid liar, like they just really just are not, they're doing basically things that are supposed to be the limit where you cut someone off or where you break up with someone. You need to break up with them. Okay, that was just a quick little message. I think some of you, this is another group, I think that you're a very optimistic person, but to the point where you're not realistically channeling the things that are happening to you. I think that some of you like to run away from your problems. You're like running away from every issue. And this can kind of go back to the person where they, this can go back to the person who's very self-centered and likes to cut people off for no reason. I think this is going back to the group one, actually. Basically, some of you are getting to the point where you just run away from your problems. And it's not just for the people that you cut off, it's everything. It's like, you're positive Patty. Like, oh, that's Rebecca. She's always happy. Everything's always great. And like, you are not like really just, you're really not being as in tune with your emotions as you should. I think I see just like, I see like this this party energy. Maybe you go out a lot, have a lot of fun, drink, turn up, ayy. Like, that's the energy you on, and then you get home and you're like, oh no. Like, it's like that you have, and then even when you get home, it's only for a little bit. Like, you never really give yourself some time to just like be negative, which is a crazy thing to say on a tarot. But I think there is a balance to everything in life: masculine, femininity, positivity, negativity. It's okay to be positive, and you can be positive all the time, but sometimes you'll be so positive and so optimistic to where it's like, it's okay to be mad, Rebecca. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be passionate about something. It's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to be down. It's okay to feel the way you feel, you know? So, just to summarize that, because I kind of went to 3 different directions. I feel like it was a cluster of people watching this, so I got different messages. But just to give a summary for pile number 5, some of you are self-centered and ego-centered to the fact that you think that everyone around you needs to play this role. Stop doing that. Start humanizing the people that's in your corner. The other group, if you have a cheating, lying-ass man or woman, you need to dump his ass and stop accepting that shit and thinking that it's cute. It's not. And then another group of people, I think that they're so positive and they're positive Patty all the time to where they never take a moment to really just be upset or be angry about something. Like, it's just like, okay, well, yeah, it's okay. We're gonna overcome this. And yeah, we're gonna overcome this. But I mean, she slept with your man, girl. Like, it's okay to feel mad about it. So, okay. So I really hope this resonated with you guys. Please like and subscribe and tell me your thoughts on it. Comment down below, and thank you for tuning in. Okay, so that's it for you guys. I have done pile 1 through 5. These are the messages that you needed to hear. So it might have not been, it could have been bittersweet for some of you guys, because some of these messages I really had to deliver them hard because that's the energy that I was getting. But I really hope that this encourages you to do the things that you need to do, or something that you've probably been doubting, or maybe you've been thinking about, and now you have more of a clarity on it. I am so grateful to be able to help people and do this for the collective. This is my second Pick a Pile reading. I just woke up this morning and I felt so inspired. And I'm really glad I did, because I really feel in my soul that I really just helped a lot of people. And that's what I'm really trying to do. So please like, subscribe. I'm really happy that you tuned in, and thank you. Have a good day.